Hello my squiddies and welcome to another video of Wrench. I'm going to be demonstrating how to do an oil change, coolant change, and brake fluid. Oh, and transmission fluid. So let's get right into it. First, we're going to start off with the coolant. Actually, before I take that off, skadoosh. We're going to need to bring this over. Let's grab the coolant. Yeah, I kind of figured that was empty. Alrightos. So let's grab this and let's get started. So first, we're going to need to drain it. So we're going to take off this part. Then we're going to press 5, which is going to pull out our little drain pan. We're going to undo this. Whoops. Realize I can't hear anything. Okay. Scoot that over here. So I was messing with my headset because I couldn't hear anything that's happening. Okay. Oh, I forgot to say, we should take this off because it'll go a lot quicker. So you can see it probably boosted this up forward because it's now draining faster. And don't lose this piece. Kind of takes a while. Oh, and to use the fast screwing, you could either use the tools or you can hold down R and then click on the screw that you want to unscrew, or you could click down the item, but I wouldn't do that. But just click on the screw that you want to remove and hold down R, then click to actually do it. So, in the same way you want to take it off, you just hover over, hold down R, and you'll see this blinky light, and then click. And now we have an empty thing. So now we can add in coolant fluid. Let's bring this down a little bit more. Okay, now we're gonna hit 4 to put right over here. As you can see, it went from blue to green. Then you just click. Also gonna grab 5. I'm gonna place this down right here, so that way when I overfill it, it can drip right into that. Take this, hover over it, hold this button down, or hold the mouse 1 button down to pour, and once this is empty, we'll take another container and now it's empty. And you just hit Q to let go. Then remove the cap. We don't need it because we'll never see it. Now also, as you can see, it's slowly going in there. To know if it's completely full, you'll see it rise up quickly, or if you are really patient, you can dump a little bit and wait a little bit for it to drain. But I'm just going to quickly do this, so we're going to fill until it shows us that it's getting full. Alright, as you see, it started to rise up. Now that's full. Now, like I said, hit here, and if you click mouse one button, it'll just drain by itself. And let's take the cap and put that right here. Now you have completely drained and refilled your coolant. While that is doing its thing, I'm going to lift the car up. Oh, actually before I lift the car up, remove the oil cap. Okay. Now we're going to lift this up. We're going to empty this out. Oh, and hitting Q on that tool will, or on any tool, it will actually put it right back into your belt. Now we're going to come over here. We're going to place this down here. We're going to remove that button, or remove that screw. And we're just going to, I have no idea why it's not draining into the oil pan. I'm just going to hold it here. Actually, I'm just going to lower it. Apparently it's not reaching. There we go. This should go a lot quicker than the coolant. And if you have an extra one, you can also set this here. And we're going to do the transmission fluid. Also, remove, there's a little screw right over here. Oops. So where the transmission's on the left side. We're going to remove that. And then we're going to remove the one that's right here. Just going to place that here. Now this is, well, that's draining. We're going to put this right here. We're going to go and empty that. Okay. Transmission fluid is done. So we could put these screws back in here and go empty this out. So now we got the oil and transmission fluid completely empty. Also, when you're doing oil changes, this is important. You have to change this part. It is part of it. So we're going to throw that over there. We're going to go to this table. We're going to grab one of these. Well, where did it... Let's bring that closer to my face here. Okay, so that's part of it. And we're going to skadoosh that. What we're going to do now is we're going to, first of all, I'm going to place this here so that way my other one would stop coming out of my pocket here. Alright, now, and also this is good, so we don't need to change the dipstick. What I have over here comes later in the game, you have to unlock it. But, and this is going to make it a hell of a lot easier. Before I continue filling that, there's these little marks here. You're going to want to fill it to the 4 mark. This thing I think costs $4,000. Okay. Now we're gonna quickly grab this. Actually, you don't have to worry about it going quick. You don't need a funnel for this part. And I'm waiting for it to... Oh, so you gotta aim your little cursor right over the hole and it should straighten out, and then you just click and it will go in right in its place. Then you just flick this lever, you'll see it starting to drain. You can just watch the little straw here. And now we're done. Flip this, put this back over here. Jesus, that scared the crap out of me. Okay. And I apologize to Jesus for using that word. I'm also have a religious belief about that, and I always apologize anytime I use that word. So I don't like saying that word, but you say random things when you are shocked or freaked out. Okay, so now that we got that done, oh, and you'll know that you did it right when you have the little green next to the F. If you go past that and it shows red, then you have too much. Sorry. Now, let's see. We're going to do the transmission fluid. Like I said, we're going to need to use this cart. I'm going to place that here. Okay. So again, we're going to start with removing this, and actually I'm going to remove this part too, just to make it easier to see. And sorry that my shop is such a mess here. Okay, so we removed the little bolt off the side. Okay, we're going to grab this stuff. This tranny fluid. I think that's what some people call it. It sounds something out of a porno, but I'm just going to stick with calling it transmission fluid. Okay, we're going to need 3 of them. Kind of. So we're going to start by taking one of them. Well, let's kind of move those to the side here. Alright, what we're going to do is take this little thing right here. We're going to insert it to where the bolt normally would go. We're going to pump it. Now it makes a completely different sound, so you know that it's empty. We're going to remove that. We're going to skadoosh that. We're going to grab another one. We're going to do the same thing again. Whoops. Put that right there. Makes that weird sound again. We're going to remove this. Throw that one in the trash. Now for the last one. When we go to grab this, we're going to place it right here. This one you don't need to pump a whole lot, but what you're going to do is you're going to want to overfill this one. And you'll see things leaking out of the side. Okay, so and see, it had that little leakage. So then you can remove this, place this right here, and then since there's still some stuff in here, move that right there. And then you're done with the transmission fluid. So we just did the coolant, the oil, and the transmission. Lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to do the brakes. And what you do is you take this part off, and we're going to lift this a little bit. So we're going to start by taking the wheels off. You don't have to, but it will help get them out of the way so you have more room to work with. Well, I did not want to put that on that car. Okay, now there's this little thingy right here. Oops. This little thing right here. What we're going to do, and if you want, you could buy one, but I bought 4 of these for this reason. So you're going to want to do is place them where the straw goes right onto that little tab. Let me grab the rest of them. We're going to do that for all 4. And I don't know if I have the brake fluid. That is not brake fluid. I meant to grab this thing. Kind of stowed them away. I'll just see it. Place it right there. I know I move a little fast. Okay. Straw goes there, so we got all 4 of them. And it doesn't look like I have any brake fluid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the store, and we're just going to go into miscellaneous brake fluid. You only need 1. I never thought shops would have doorbells, but this one does. Okay. Now this contraption we have, if I'm pronouncing that word right. Okay, this little thingy, we're going to place it on that thingy. And right here, we're going to fill it to about right here, which I think is 10 psi. So okay, that's a little more than I wanted, but we'll work with it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit 6, the 6 key, and we're going to go over here. And actually, I normally start off with this one. So we're going to kind of get a good angle here. It sometimes helps to hover over the top of it. We're going to place this here. We're going to move it this way. And you'll see this start to fill. And you're going to want to let it do that until the bubbles go out. So while that's happening, we're going to move to the next one, because that helps to get a good angle above. Some of them be kind of tricky, but you want to move it that way. This is the one that always is a little tricky, so I have to get a good angle over here. So now you'll see that there's bubbles here. This one is no bubbles. So now what I do is I could take this and move it this way to close it. Doesn't move a whole lot. You don't need to rotate it a bunch, just until it stops. And make sure you're hovering right over it. Oops, I lost the blue. There we go. Bingo. Alrighty. Now we can remove these. You don't need to throw those away. These things you don't need to throw away, which is awesome. And you just put the wheels back on, and that is how you do the coolant. Oh, and this you do have to throw away. Place this right here, and then you can put your hood on. So that is how you do the coolant. the transmission fluid, the motor fluid, and the brake fluid. Thank you for watching my video, and I will make sure to continue to make more videos for this game, and I could use the help with ideas on issues that people are having. That is what these videos are for. I am also on Discord, so I will pop in there occasionally and try to help out, and with each problem I run into, I will make a video for. Thank you for watching my channel. See you in the next one.